Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a wonderful guest in studio today. It's Kyle Schluter, and he's the branch manager for Green Drop Lawns. Kyle, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good. Now, it's getting a little warmer out,
Yep.
and we're thinking and looking at our lawn. What should we be thinking about for our lawn coming out of this winter season?
So the first thing we want to do is we want to clean up all the debris off the lawn. And I'm talking the big objects like your grill cover, your patio covers, dog toys, get them all off the lawn. Then you're going to get a plastic rake or something like that, not a metal rake. Any hardware store has plastic rakes,
Okay.
and you just want to rake up the lawn, get all the dead stuff off the lawn, as well as get all the fuzzy areas out. The fuzzy areas are snow mold, and snow mold you'll find in areas that snow's been piled on over the winter, and that snow will melt and it'll just sit underneath the snow and freeze the grass, and it'll just cause a little fuzziness. So you just lightly rake it and it'll take care of it. It'll green up real nice.
And when should we think we're safe to do this? I mean, because we're still in that rain. We can have a little snow right now.
Yeah, you're probably waiting a week or two before you're ready to start looking at that.
Okay.
I like to wait till there's no threat of snow in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lots of us think about aerating our lawn, or we see people get it aerated, and
Yeah.
we're wondering what that is, and should I be doing it?
Yeah, well, everybody should do aerations about once every 3 years on minimum, but we recommend you do that in the fall. When you're doing it in the spring, it's an as-need only basis, and it's mostly to take care of your problems that you have bare spots on the lawn's thin, it's patchy, and if you have a question about if you need it or not, to call a lawn care professional. They can come out and take a look at your lawn and tell you what you need to do with that.
Okay, and what are you doing when you're...
So what you're doing with your aerating is you're pulling plugs from it,
Okay.
and you're just letting the lawn breathe and remove some soil compaction. Think of it as exfoliating your skin.
Okay.
It's just going to be nice for the lawn, and it just needs to breathe every once in a while.
And we also hear about dethatching the lawn.
Yeah. Dethatching, we really don't recommend. You have to do it really, really perfectly, and a lot of people don't do it right. But aerating will give you the same result as dethatching.
Okay.
And it's a lot safer to do.
That sounds good, because
Yeah.
we need to keep it easy.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about when that first lawn mowing, and when do I do that?
So your first lawn mowing you want to do pretty, right after you start up the year, okay? You're going to cut the lawn very low to get all the dead stuff off your lawn. It's like you're cutting your hair, get all the stuff off the lawn and get it out of there, and bag your first mowing. Get all the clippings and get them out of there.
And when you're saying low, how low? And how do I talk to me about the height of my lawnmower?
Yeah, so your lawn, the first mowing is about 1.5 inches, and I know most lawnmowers don't have inches marked on them, so you can use the notches.
Right.
The second to lowest notch setting is about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll cut it there, right? And then after that mowing, you're going to raise your lawnmower blades to the middle setting, okay? And you're not going to cut your lawn again until it hits that middle setting. Then you're going to cut, and you're going to change them one more time, and that's the second to the highest notch, and that's the next time you'll mow it after that. And then that's the height you're going to leave it at, and that'll be about 2.5 to 3 inches tall.
Wow, I don't think many of us move our
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't.
They don't, and that's okay. We're learning and growing. So some of us mulch our lawn.
Yeah.
And is that a good thing to do?
You can mulch your lawn. I do, but I will bag my lawn first and last time of the year, and then if you're on a regular schedule with mowing your lawn, you can just let it mulch. The problem is with you when you're mulching your lawn is if you're not cutting it often enough, you're gonna leave big clumps of grass on the lawn. And like general rule is if you cut your lawn at 3 inches, you don't want to cut off more than 1/3 of the plant when you're mowing your lawn.
Okay.
So you can let it go to about 4.5 inches, and then you can cut it. When you go over that, okay, and you're cutting off more than 1/3 of the plant, you can put the lawn into shock, which will make it stop growing. Okay, and then the only thing that's going to grow at that time is your weeds and your unwanted grasses.
Do you help with what do we do with the weeds and the unwanted grasses?
So with the weeds and the unwanted grasses, there's not a lot you can do with them.
Right.
You can just mow them and they'll look fine, but the weeds, you can either pull them or you can get any kind of weed killer product from the store that works well with grass and doesn't kill the grass, and just get them out of there.
Right, because that's the tricky thing of not killing off your grass with that.
Right, and just that's when you go to the store to find your product, just make sure it's grass friendly.
That's great. Now we're thinking about want our grass to look greener and better. How do we get that to happen after we?
So when you're going to the store to look for your weed killer, just look for a premium blend of fertilizer. You want it to release fast in the system. It's going to mix with the water. It's really rainy in the spring, and it's going to mix with the water, and it's going to give you a nice big pop of color in the spring. And you can just go ask your local hardware store, and they should be able to point you in the right direction with the product that you need.
And so when we're laying that fertilizer down, we get the little sprayer and that, and it's just nice and even.
Yeah, it's just a nice even thing. Don't think much about it. Nice even pass, whether it's a liquid or a granular you're putting down. Just nice even passes, and you don't have to overdo it.
Right, and we often think about watering our lawn.
Yes.
And what should we know about that?
So watering your lawn it's usually done the wrong way, and there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything, and we're going to teach you how to do it the right way. You get a lot of water in the spring, so you can just use a rain gauge, okay? If you're getting 1 inch to 2 inches of water a week, you don't need to do anything. Save your money, and you'll be okay. When you don't get water, okay, now you're talking that you need to water a little bit, and 1 inch to 2 inches a week is what you need. Most people water at night. It's an absolute wrong practice.
Really?
You want to water during the morning. When you water at night, think about it like the grass goes to sleep. So when you water at night, it's not absorbing it. The water's just sitting on it, and it's molding it. Okay. When you put it on in the morning, about 6 to 10 a.m. in that time frame, you're letting it absorb everything, and it does what it needs to do.
That's amazing. I've been watering my lawn at night, thinking, I don't have the sun absorbing the water, and I'm actually saving some money. I'm getting water in there, and you're telling me no. No,
they're like Mother Nature. You can't prevent. When you water at night too, like you'll see it in the summer, and you'll get patches of disease. That's what it's from, is watering at night. Like rings or dead patches, usually caused by watering at night. And when you water in the afternoon, okay, it's hot.
Yes.
Most of it evaporates.
Right.
So do it early in the morning when it's cooler,
Right. And most of the time, do you recommend sprinklers? I see a lot of people, that kind of just walk around with their hose, and I think that does nothing.
No, I mean, if you're going to do it, use a sprinkler system.
Right.
Or get one of the sprinklers that you can move around the yard.
Right.
Don't sit there and try to do it, because you want a longer period of time on there. And some people don't know how to set their sprinklers, but most lawn care and landscaping professionals know how to set those sprinkler systems, and they can easily help you set up your system for you.
Okay, that's great, and that helps a lot. And what other, you've been terrific in getting us ready for the lawn, and so if we do all this thing, then we should just sit back and enjoy our lawn? You
can. The only other thing I would say about watering is 15 minutes is every other day is what most people like to do. We don't like to do that. We like to increase the time that we water and spread it out longer periods of time. Look at it like muscle memory when you work out, okay? If you do it every day for 15 minutes, the grass isn't gonna be able to respond to it as much, because it's creating a memory, and it's like, I need that every day, okay? Also, you're not letting that water get down in the root system, which is what you really want. So 30 minutes plus every other zone. You can even do, I like to do Monday, I'm going to do my front yard only, an hour each section. Wednesday, I'm going to do my backyard 1 hour each section. Friday, front yard 1 hour. Sunday, 1 hour in the backyard. I've gotten 2 hours everywhere, and I don't have to worry about walking around and changing my hose, sprinkler from this section to that section. I'm only focusing on one part of the lawn, and it works out really well, especially for people who don't have a sprinkler system and they just use a sprinkler.
Right. Well, that's a great tip. And it's easy to keep that all together. Kyle, thanks for stopping by and sharing everything we need to know about keeping our lawn nice and green and healthy.
It was my pleasure. And if you have any other questions, or anybody has any questions, our website, greendrop.com, has all of the information that we've talked about today, and then some about fall tips, aerating, grubs, anything you want. It's on there. Just click the Learn tab, and all of this information will be available to you.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for being such a great community member. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.